right, bringing you an exclusive news input brought to us by our Security Affairs Editor Manoj Gupta. What we are being told is that the Pakistan military has invited jihadi mullahs. They vowed Kashmir Jihad at the army headquarters. The religious delegation of the National Aman Committee, as it's called, the NPAC. It was led by its chairperson Hafiz Tahir Mahmood Ashrafi. The multiple members, as you can see in these visuals that we are bringing to you, have very good relationship with Hizbul Mujahideen, Jaish-e-Mohammed, Jamaat-ud-Dawa and other jihadi outfits. In fact, such is the open linkage of the army in Pakistan, which is now hosting these terrorists. Let me quickly take this forward with Anand Narasimhan, who joins me live from the newsroom. Anand, could you please shed light on all of these jihadi mullahs and what are their linkages with these terror outfits?
Good afternoon, Akanksha and Manoj Kumar Gupta getting us these details, and we have the visuals, we have the pictures to prove what's being done. The Pakistan military is violating the very tenets of Islam by going ahead and telling clerics that don't preach the word of God in your Friday sermons, but go ahead and try and spew vitriol against your neighbors, be it Bharat, Afghanistan, and also against the Tehrik-e-Taliban Pakistan. That's what your job is and that's what you need to do. This is what the military is doing. The other part, the military is also, the Pakistan military is also insulting the uniform by turning it and giving it a totally religious color and an extremist radical color. So it is an insult to the uniform and also insult to Islam itself, for which an Asim Munir claims that this is a land that has been created by the Kalma. Now, so this is something which the people should take note, especially the Islamic world needs to take note, and those nations which are shunning radicalism and saying this is not the path forward. Now, what has been said, we are given to understand the DG ISPR has directed all religious leaders to convince other religious groups and outfits to deliver sermons against Bharat, Afghanistan on every Jummah namaz or Jummah prayers. They are also saying they have informed delegations about good relations with Bangladesh's Jamaat-e-Islami and assuring religious cooperation between Bangladesh and Pakistan. So this is the other part. They are also now going to very clearly, and CNN News18 has information that some of these radical mullahs have already gone ahead and started delivering sermons, trying to once again revive the entire Razakar sentiment in Bangladesh. And they will be asked to go down further. So there is a huge fuel to try and impetus to try and fuel radicalism, if we may say. Now, who are the people who came there? Allama Tahir Ashrafi, Mufti Abdul Rahim, Allama Saeed Javed Naqvi, he's a Shia alim, Allama Hamid Abu ul Haq, Mufti Zubair, and Ziaullah Shah Bukhari. So Hafiz Tahir Mahmood Ashrafi is the chairman of the National Aman Committee. They are calling it Aman, but what they are pushing is Terror and Nafrat. That's what they're doing, affiliation with sects and backed the Saudi Jihad Fund. Then Mufti Abdul Rahim is a patron and principal of the Jamiatul Rashid Karachi. He's the handler of the Jamaat-ud-Dawa in Karachi. Allama Saeed Javed Naqvi, he's the head and chancellor of the Jamia Urwatul Wuqsa, or Shia scholar previously affiliated with the Siraya Sahiba. Maulana Raghib Hussain Naimi, he is the hardcore Deobandi and close aide of Hafiz Saeed since childhood. He's also the principal of the Jamia Nimia in Naimia in Lahore. Maulana Hamidul Haq Haqqani, he is the leader of the Jamiat Ulema-e-Islam Sami and the head of the Jamia Darul Ulum Haqqaniya. This is the University of Jihad in Peshawar. And he has got ties with the Afghan Taliban and also in Waziristan. But clearly there has been a shift away from the Jamia, this one Darul Ulum Haqqaniya, and from this group when the trip to Deoband was made recently by the Taliban leaders in Bharat. Now the Allama Ziaullah, this is the other person, Ziaullah Shah Bukhari, Amir of the Muttahida Jamiat Ahle Hadith Pakistan. Now he's the Egypt-backed Muslim group. So, and that's what Intel reports also say. He was consultant for the Mujahid hiring in Syria Jihad. So he has direct ties to Muslim Brotherhood, roots in Egypt. And this is the group that has now recently been put on the proscription or banned list by the Americans now. Pir Hassan Hasibur Rahman, custodian, Pir of the Darbare Aliya Idgah Sharif, Rawalpindi. So he close ties to the Army General Bralvi. Now this is again another sect of Islam. This seems to be Sufi because there is a dargah and the Eidbar, though, no, he's actually not a Sufi, but he is actually Darbare-Alia Eidgah Sharif Rawalpindi. So another sect. He's a custodian peer actually. Mufti Muhammad Zubair, senior representative and scholar from the Jamiatul Rashid. They have association with Al-Hadith. Then Maulana Muhammad Tayyab Qureshi, chief khatib of the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. He has good relations with TTP and TNSM of Sufi Muhammad. So they have tried to bring across various sects, trying to talk about the Paigam-e Aman, but the indirect messaging has been to try and spew vitriol and fuel further radicalism and intent against Afghanistan, Bharat, and of course those that the ISPR and the Pakistani military thinks are enemies or inimical to their interests, not even Pakistan, their interests.
Anand, a quick word on the timing of this. We are hearing of the DGISPR swearing that the jihad against Kashmir is going to continue, and it comes a day after India's Army Chief General Rupendra Dwivedi in fact rattled Pakistan by announcing that Operation Sindoor is very much on. What would this mean for Operation Sindoor and for Kashmir?
Not just the timing, look at who's doing it. It's the Pakistan military. What is the civilian government there for? The civilian government are mere puppets. Why is there even a civilian government if they are going to cock a snook at every turn and every page, and it's all going to be called by the Pakistan military under Field Marshal Asim Munir? This is Muniristan now. And in Muniristan, only jihadis and those who are radical clerics and radical intent is getting fueled. This is a message that the Pakistanis are sending. Now, are they making use of the fact that their geographical position makes them, allows them to swing between the Americans and the Chinese and use them how they are, while they allow them to be used as toilet paper? That is something that the Pakistan military has to say. But a Pakistan military that can sully the uniform, sully the very tenets of Islam and its methods, can succumb to any law. And how does it matter to them? They don't care. And it's a sorry state of affairs. We just hope that the remaining 55 members of the OIC are looking at the state of affairs in Pakistan and saying we don't want to have any truck with this kind of a nation.
All right. Many thanks to you, Anand, for bringing us all those details and insights. Let's quickly go across to Siddhant also, who continues to stay with us. Siddhant, remember the instructions coming in from the DGISPR are also very clear over here with regards to these clerics. They, in fact, want anti-India sermons. They want anti-Afghan sermons being given on every Jummah namaz. What does it speak of the kind of religious indoctrination and the DGISPR, or say even the Pak military's dependency on this religious indoctrination against India?
Well, that's right, Akanksha. In fact, this is not something which is getting implemented for the first time, or these kinds of meeting taking place at Pakistan Army headquarters for the first time. In fact, Manoj has been reporting about such meetings, such engagements in the past as well. But the two key takeaways, perhaps from Manoj Gupta's this story. One is the Kashmir. Perhaps one thing is for sure, that Pakistan is going to go aggressive on the narrative of Kashmir, and for that they are going to use all their might, perhaps using religion as a tool, madrasas, mosques, etc. And that is exactly what they have been told by DGISPR yesterday. And the second is bringing Afghanistan into the picture. In fact, the other day, Akanksha, we heard DGISPR, saying that how Afghanistan is also in a way an adversary, etc., etc. So now, they are in a way projecting this axis before these clerics and Maulvis, that India, Afghanistan and TTP narrative should be built in such a way that it should go against all three of these two countries and TTP combined. So this is a nefarious design by the Pakistani army. In fact, Akanksha, even you see from the dossier that we ran the other day, which was released by the Pakistani mission in Washington DC, it was very clearly that dossier very clearly mentioned about the issue of Jammu and Kashmir. So one thing is for sure, perhaps with each passing day we are getting these dossiers, evidence, now Manoj is bringing for us, that Pakistan is going to go very aggressive as far as this Kashmir narrative is concerned. Point number one, they are going to use religion as a tool, madrasas as a tool to spread lies, propaganda. And the second, the Bangladesh angle, which Manoj is reporting, Akanksha. So, in fact, the last month, Akanksha, there were more than 19 clerics which were sent by Pakistan to Bangladesh to radicalize the youth in Bangladesh. In fact, they held religious gatherings and the sermons were made, and in fact, they demanded blasphemy law in Bangladesh on the lines of Pakistan, etc., etc. So you know, the policy of the Pakistani army right now is and that's the brief for the clerics in the Maldives, that Afghanistan, India, and TTP as one, and you know, keep spreading propaganda against them, revive the Kashmir issue, because it is very important for Pakistan to make Kashmir issue center stage of discussion, because in last few years India has completely outmaneuvered the Kashmir issue very successfully through diplomacy, etc. But now Pakistan again wants to bring back the issue of Kashmir. And third, taking the support of Bangladesh, the clerics in Bangladesh, the extremist groups in Bangladesh like Jamaat-e-Islami. So you know, the design is very much evident, very much clear, and that is exactly what Manoj is bringing for us.